Today we are back at the Luca, the new neighborhood being built by Lennar Homes here in Inspirada. It's a great community in Henderson, Nevada. The model homes are ready. Not only are we going to go in and take a look at those, but we're going to bring you some insights as far as what you need to know about the surrounding areas here in the Inspirada Town Center to be aware of. My name is Jesse Vargas with Urban Nest Realty. Let's go inside and see how these look. The Luca is split up into Luca I, Luca II. Today we're doing Luca II. This is the first model they have. It's the Pioneer. It's a next-gen floor plan, which means it's essentially a home within a home. Really great layout. Let's go inside and show you what it looks like. So as we go in, this is one of the entrances. This is the main entrance to the house. The next-gen side is also gonna have its own separate entrance. So we'll take a look at that on the way out of this one. When you walk in from the double door front entry, you can go straight right into the dining room, the kitchen, living space of the home, or you can shoot off to the right here with the secondary bedrooms and the secondary bathroom. Let's go ahead that way and see how it looks. This first room that we're gonna talk about is about 12.5 by 11 feet. A little bit larger than the other secondary bedroom that we have, but it's definitely a good size. It has the window that looks out to the front of the house. If you follow me, this bathroom, if I did have a wish list of things I could change, it has one sink. I wish it had two sinks so that if there was two people utilizing these secondary bedrooms, they would each have their own sink. If you come further, we have a small closet space there. And then this room's just slightly smaller than the other. This one's gonna be at 10.5 by 11 square feet. Really nice wing of the house for people to be staying in. Nice wide hallway as we make our way into the main living space of the house. Off to one side, this is where the next gen area is. Basically its own suite, its own home within this home. And then we step forward, we are in the main living room, the dining room. Sometimes we see smaller furniture. This is a really nice sized couch, good sized kitchen table, so you can tell there's plenty of space here. Something I always like is just having a little bit of extra space to sit down and eat. It doesn't always have to be formal at the dinner table. You can have a space here at the island, about 7 feet long. And what's really nice is underneath, you'll notice there's a bit of cabinetry. Just nice to have that additional storage space. So we have a pantry as well. It's behind this door. And it's essentially a pantry closet, shelving to store some of your dry goods. This home's being built by Lennar Homes, like we mentioned. One thing to keep in mind as you're looking at model homes built by them, they tend to do a pretty good job of not overdoing it with the amount of upgrades in the home. For example, some of the upgrades could be like the countertop and backsplash, but one really big one is gonna be flooring. So I'm noticing they have a wood look tile, and this is really nice because it's the same consistent throughout the whole home, and then you've got carpet in the bedrooms. That's not the standard of what you're gonna get. So you would be doing carpet in most of the main areas and some sort of a laminate in the wet areas. Over here, let's go take a look at the primary suite area. Plenty of space in this primary suite. You've got a nice sized bed as well as a couch sitting area. We've got a spot where you could put in a ceiling fan or a ceiling light. That's pre-wired and ready to go, so it would be a bit brighter than it might come across right now on camera. And then we can make our way over into the primary bathroom. We've got the his and hers sink. There's a nice walk-in closet. It's not the largest primary bathroom, but it definitely gets the job done. You've got the tub and shower combo as well. The backyard size is really gonna be determined on the size of the lot that you get. They're not gonna all be exactly the same. Some will have a larger lot premium to purchase, but let's go out and see how this one looks. So stepping out here, this seems pretty close to what you would get on a more standard lot. This doesn't seem anything too out of the ordinary as far as sizing goes. I would like to point out, especially for those of you that are watching and aren't from the area. Now with new homes, we are unable to do real grass in our backyard. So this is artificial turf. It's much easier from a maintenance standpoint, but also here in Southern Nevada, we really try our best to be as resourceful with our water usage as possible. That's one of the reasons they're no longer allowing real turf to be installed at these new homes. So if this isn't enough yard space for you, keep in mind also, there's so many parks here in this Inspirada area that are managed by the city of Henderson. And that's one of the reasons a lot of people like moving over to this area is just the abundance of parks there are. We actually did a video of the newest park that's coming to this area, which is Montana Park over in the western villages of Inspirada. You can check that out. So with all these parks nearby, you don't have to just rely on your backyard as the outdoor space that you're gonna have, whether it's to go work out, take the kids out to get some energy, even dog parks. There's plenty of outdoor space in addition to your backyard here in Inspirada. Down this hallway, you're gonna see another entry point to the house. So this is where you would enter the main portion of the home from the garage. Come home, you park your car. It's also where the laundry room is. So there's the washer and dryer and a storage space up above the washer and dryer unit as well. Heading over this way, you would have a door right here. So keep that in mind. You'd walk in, there's definitely some privacy over in this next gen suite area. This is set up almost like a mini apartment. So you have a small living space, the TV's up on the wall, even a small kitchenette. So you've got the refrigerator, microwave, and sink. There is not a stove oven combo, and that technically would be against building code. You could put in like a small hot plate if you wanted to do like a one burner stove item for some smaller items, but for major cooking, you would want to go into the kitchen. You would come in right here. You have people coming over to visit you on this side of the house. You have plenty of privacy for them to come visit this way, and you could also access from the garage there. Over here, we have the bedroom and bathroom area. So full bath and bedroom with a walk-in closet. We mentioned there's a laundry room as you enter from the garage for the main area of the house. Now this is all supposed to be like a home within a home. So there's also laundry here in this bedroom. So you have this walk-in closet, plenty of space, and also your washer and dryer unit. Again, trying to make it so you're as independent as possible on this side of the house. So you see we have this access point for people that are coming to visit you. You have your individuality here on this side of the house as well. There's also an access point from the garage. Follow me this way. This would be an entrance area from the front of the house. So you have guests coming. This is where they'd meet up. One thing to keep in mind, and I think this might be one of the most important things we talk about here today, is you really need to be aware of what's being built up around here. If you were to come today and take a look at these models, you're going, oh my gosh, it's so quiet. It's a nice quiet neighborhood, but you have to understand what's gonna be continued to be built out. In the lot right next to where these homes are being built, there's gonna be multi-family homes that are built up. That could be condos, it could be apartments, it could be townhomes. I haven't seen anything that shows definitively what's gonna be there. Then you have a resort that's gonna be built by Station Casinos, a whole town center area with shops, dining, that sort of a thing. So it might seem quiet right now, but you have to be forward thinking, because if you're looking for a quiet neighborhood, this might not be exactly what you want once it's completely built out. Wrapping up at the Pioneer, now we're gonna head over to the Elizabeth, which is the model that has an RV garage. Awesome feature for anyone that is an RV owner. This is a huge upgrade to be able to have. Don't have to pay for storage for an RV. Get to keep the RV right here in your own house. So let's go in, take a look at the floor plans. Just over 2,500 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath. Let's take a look. First thoughts here, as we're approaching the front door, is this awesome covered front patio. And for those of you that don't live in the Las Vegas Valley, you may not know how intense the heat can be sometimes. And just having the shade from the covered patio can really make a huge difference just in temperature. Good way to avoid some of the heat. So we have a really nice, long, inviting entry hallway from the double doors, which again, nice feature. 9-foot ceilings helps to give it some space and elevation feel. Off to the left, you're gonna have a couple of secondary bedrooms and the half bath before moving forward into the main living space of the home. first bedroom here on the right is gonna be the smaller of the two, but not by much. So this one is 11.5 by 10.5. Both of the bedrooms, you'll notice, feature really nice sized closets. These are walk-in closets. Really nice for whoever's staying in these to have ample closet space. Like I mentioned, this bedroom's a little bit bigger. We have 11.5 by 12.5. It also has the window out towards that front courtyard area that we mentioned when we first walked up to the house. These two secondary bedrooms feature a Jack and Jill bathroom. Usually that would mean you would share all of the bathroom amenities, the sinks, the tub, shower, toilet. On these, what's really great is each bedroom has their own sink in the bedroom. So really the only area of the bathroom that you're sharing is the toilet and the shower tub combo. That gives a little bit of privacy for when people are getting ready to be able to utilize the sink area while somebody else might be taking a shower, for instance. All right, so heading over towards the main living space, we have the garage entry. Let's maybe save the big RV garage reveal for the end, but this living space and kitchen is absolutely fantastic, very open and inviting. The centerpiece of the kitchen is going to be this awesome 9-foot island, really nice, and is kind of the centerpiece for everybody to kind of gather and enjoy each other's company. Obviously plenty of space for seating. They've got 4 bar stool type chairs set up here on one side of the island that fit very comfortably. Also underneath there, there's plenty of additional cabinetry and storage. So for maybe some of those pots and pans that you don't use quite as much, be a nice place to kind of hide them away from everybody seeing all of the pots and pans that you've been collecting. A constant item I hear people wish that they had more space for was all of their items that they store in the pantry. This one's actually a walk-in pantry, so plenty of storage space for all of your kitchen needs. Normally, my favorite layout is where you have the kitchen with one side to the living room and then an offshoot to the dining room area, but I really like how open this is, and there's just plenty of space so that you don't feel crowded by any means. You could have plenty of people in here and enjoy everybody's company, but not feel like you're all on top of each other. Really love this 3-paneled sliding door for access to the backyard. So you can pull this all the way over to the side, keeps so much natural light coming in and makes the space feel even more open just from having that view outside. So let's go take a look into the primary suite and then we'll access the backyard from that area. As we enter this wing of the house, we have a small coat closet and then awesome laundry room. We've got about a 10-foot long countertop with cabinetry underneath, so plenty of storage space. We've got a really nice primary suite, very spacious. As you walk in, you'll see we have a door in the corner that takes us out to the backyard, which is a nice feature to have to be able to access there. And then over to the left will be the primary bathroom as well. Not only is this a nice sized, large primary closet, but I'm noticing 2 LED lights, so plenty of light in here when you're getting ready. Maybe put up a mirror or something along those lines as well on one of the walls. Really nice primary closet. Let's go outside and take a look at what we have in the backyard. We've got a really awesome golf setup. This lot, I will say, is on the larger side, and you can expect to pay a higher lot premium for a backyard that's of this size in this neighborhood. As far as the setup with the golf, I'm not sure if that's a positive or a negative if you were doing this to your own backyard as far as resale value. It will be a plus for some potential buyers, but a negative for others. So let me know if this is a setup in the backyard that you'd be good with, or would you want to do something different? On this side of the house, you have the gas stub if you wanted to set up a custom barbecue and tie it right into the gas line of the house. That's definitely possible. Stops you from having to go and get propane tanks for your gas grill all the time. That's a nice feature. If you had a pool right here, this would be, for this size lot, it would be extremely sought after in the community of Inspirada, just because they're not widely available to have lots this size. You get a pool in here and it would be really a prime product. People would be fighting over it. Things to keep in mind. As we wrap up in the backyard, I'm just noticing how the houses on this side of the backyard wall, there's really no space for them to have a backyard at all on those homes. So in the first part one of the Luca that we did as we were touring around, the lots were just being built, I mentioned how valuable those larger sized lots would be. This is a great example when we see just how much you're able to do with this backyard space compared to what some of the other lots are gonna have. It's probably worth it to spend a little extra on the lot premium to make sure you have the space to be able to do all of the things you want to do with your backyard area. So this RV garage is about 24 feet wide and 43 feet deep, with the ceiling height right around 17 feet. So plenty of space if you wanted to do 4 cars. This is great for maybe a car enthusiast. Also, obviously, an RV, but there's plenty of uses. I mean, put up a basketball hoop for all I care. However you want to utilize it as a gym space, it just opens up plenty of options. Those are the 2 Luca II models, single stories. They looked great. Over here we have Luca I, which has a couple of 2-story options. And one thing to keep in mind when you're building these brand new homes is we're seeing the backyards already done. When you purchase these brand new, the backyard's just gonna be a dirt lot. So after the fact, once you're done closing, you would then be doing the additional changes to the backyard that you see fit. So now that we saw Luca II, which is the single story options, we've got 2-story options at Luca I. We're gonna go in and check those models. Make sure you're subscribed so you see part 3 of this tour of the Luca in Inspirada. Again, I'm Jesse Vargas with Urban Nest Realty. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.